evening, hello, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are around the world. It's that Friday feeling again. Let's say hello to a few people who've got in the room. We've got Bob, Laurie, Lynn, Don, we've got Steve and Stuart so far in the room. Hello to all you guys and welcome to the Friday call. Tonight we'll be showing you a plugin that will make spintax work across your entire site, and you don't need any other plugins for it. You put this plugin on and it works brilliantly. So we'll be sharing that and a lot more on the live for you tonight. Hello, Robert. How are you?
Good. I can't believe it's Friday already, Steve.
Where's the week gone, eh?
It's like I lost 2 days somewhere. I don't even know what happened.
Do you know, I got to Tuesday and I kept thinking it was Wednesday. It's because the kids are on holiday this week, so it was really bizarre. And then I got to Wednesday and thought it's Tuesday.
It just, we had so much going on too.
Yeah.
Anyways, doing well. Glad you're doing well. I hope everybody else is doing well. And technology, as we said in the beginning, was going to change. But man, it's changing faster than I ever thought it was going to.
No, I agree. It is super fast, and AI is just going to get more and more powerful as we go along. Some of the things we can already do in AI, and tonight I wanted to share with you, first of all, a way of spinning your content without actually having to worry about paying for a spinner anymore. So I'm going to share my screen and let's come over to my desktop. Here we go. So ChatGPT, let's get it to write us a little paragraph. About dogs. Now I'm going to stop generating there, and I'm now going to say to it, spintax the above text. And instantly it goes and spins all the content for me. Job done. Done in minutes. Occasionally, if you got a long article, it may throw a wobbly at you and say, well, hang on a minute, I'm not going to do all of it for you. And just say, please spin all of it. That's all you literally need to do with it, which is super easy to do, super exciting. And I've been using it an awful lot now to spin my content for my blog sites and anything else I may be doing as we go along. So that then brings us on to this. And as you can see here, I've created an article earlier about how to make a video. And as you can see, we've got spin text in it. Now, one of the things which we tried to get our dev to do, and I spent months on this trying to get it sorted, was to allow spin text site wide. Then I was talking to Andy Brocklehurst, and Andy turned around and said, well, I've already got a product that does that. And I went, really? I went, yeah. So sent over a copy, and it's called Universal Spinner, and we can give you a link to it in a moment or two. But if I just come down to the Universal Spinner that's already installed and activate it, and they also made it available to Rank Math. They have tried making it available to some other SEO plugins, but the way they're built, it makes it a lot harder to do. But in this case, I've just refreshed the page now, and the content's all working on the site. If I refresh again, it changed again, and so on. So it's a nice, easy little plugin. Anybody who wants to get it, there's a deal at the moment with $10 off. I twisted Andy's arm for. The deal expires in a couple of days' time. And you can go to dfymagicthemes.com/spin to go and grab it. It's a one-time price. They're including commercial rights with it, So you can put it on sites you flip, unlimited installs. So it's just pay for it once and that's it. You can install it as many sites as you want. The only thing you're not allowed to do is sell it as your own plugin to someone else, but you can put it on your sites, client sites, or sites you're going to spin. And I've been playing around with it. It's really good. There's, if there's any updates to be done, Andy will sort that with his devs. But this is awesome, absolutely awesome, because now it means you can put your spin text anywhere across your site on your WordPress site. Posts, pages, which is fantastic if you want to build in a different way. With our MCB plugin, you have to put the spun content inside of the MCB and into a shortcode to make that side work. And it's been something which my dev was struggling with. I don't know why my dev couldn't come up with something themselves, but it was by chance in a conversation this week. I mentioned it to Andy, and he went, "I've already got a product." So, and I thought, well, you know what? For $37 at the moment, it's a cheap plugin for one-time price for unlimited sites. So, so that's what it does. It does what it says on the tin, and you just spin your content, and away you go. So, nice and easy.
So let's be the devil's advocate on this. Why do you want to have spintax on page versus in the shortcuts?
Bear with me 1 minute, because I'm just putting the link into the chat inside for everyone. I'll put it in under the video in the group afterwards. And so repeat the question, because I was typing and I can't do two things at once.
I said just to look at this both ways. Why do I want to have spintax working on page when I have it in shortcuts?
Because some people prefer to build their sites with content on the page, and there are some scenarios where you may want to, you build a site and you may want to use the MCB purely as smaller content. For example, your location name, or your company name, your phone number, stuff like that. And we've had a lot of support tickets coming in saying, can we have spin text site-wide? So I've been trying to come up with a solution to the issue. And like I said, by chance I was talking to Andy, and Andy turned around and said, yeah, I've already got a plugin, had it for some time. My devs built it for me. And I went, right, well, rather than me mess around and have to spend a lot of money having something built, just share this one. Nice and easy and done.
Okay, so good answer, but the real answer I was looking for was, you have to be careful with what you're going to build and who you're going to build for. Because if you're going to use the licensing platform to protect your content so that you can shut down a client that's not paying, or you can shut down the majority of the site using the MCB licensing, if you're going to put the spintax on page, you're going to lose that ability to shut it down.
You are right, Lynn. I gave out the wrong link. It is actually dfymagicthemes.com/US. I put the right link in. That would help, wouldn't it? It's because I already had the spin version in our system. So yeah, so dfymagicthemes.com/US for Universal Spinner. That's where you can go to go and grab it if you want it. But you're right, there's
it's a best of both worlds scenario that you really have to think about. It's how you're building your site and who you're building your sites for. If they're all maintained by you and they're all owned by you, which is what we have always said is the best way to do it, it's you can do anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But if you have a client site and you're building their site on their domain and on their hosting per se, and they stop paying you, you don't have that control to shut down the license.
Do you know what I would be using it for, Robert? I'll be using it to do posts, because it works on both posts and pages. So I would spin my posts I'm doing for the client, get them to pay you a monthly fee to create the posts inside of Chat GPT, by the way. All right, so it doesn't take you much time to do their posts. You schedule up a bunch of posts for the next 6 months, and then instantly it's done. Does it spin better? It doesn't spin the content, Bob. What it's actually doing is enabling spin text on your site-wide.
It's allowing it to work.
Yes. So like I showed at the start, go to Chat GPT, ask it to write you an article, job done. Then ask it to add spin text to it, job done. And in fact, Chat GPT does a better job of converting your articles into spin text versions than Spin Rewriter, to be honest. Spin Rewriter is still great where it is, and I still like it. I'm just finding, with the AI tools out there that are free now,
they're faster, they're more convenient, they're right there with you already. And unless you're old school with pen and paper writing out your content, which it's just not going to happen anymore. The content writing is changing big time with the AI.
I wrote 10 articles, and what I then did was I took those 10 articles and I unspun back into ChatGPT, and I said, please write this so it's more human-like, and it did it for me. I then put it onto a Word document, briefly read through it, changed a couple of bits in it in more of a way I would say it, and then said, can you now convert it to spintax? And it did it for me, and I uploaded the articles. I had 10 articles done within 15 minutes. It didn't take long. It took me longer to read the blooming things than it was to convert them. And then I scheduled up my post for the next month. Job done, for 15 minutes to half an hour's work. It's not bad. And if you're being paid a monthly fee, let's say you can charge someone $200 a month to write all their posts for them, bam, away you go. Yeah, that's $200 a month coming in. You write up the posts and schedule them in, and away you go. And if they stop paying you at any time, you stop making posts for them. But I would still recommend building your main pages inside of the MCB, or the majority of the content inside the MCB. If they stop paying you, you can disable the plugin, and what happens then? Their site breaks. Their site looks a mess. And that's the important part, is having that control. Now, if you've done a whole load of posts for them on their site, and they're laughing and going, very brilliant, he's done, I've been paying him, he's done me 1,000 posts already, and my site's ranking brilliantly, I'll stop paying them. You turn off the MCB, well, the site's gonna go down, because when it visits the site and finds short codes all over it, it's gonna be a bit of a mess. And people will go to the site and go, well, that site doesn't look good, does it? So,
I just like to always make sure everybody understands that there's a difference in one versus the other, and you have to think about always your agency, your business, and what you're doing, because that's what matters. If you are doing 100% client sites on their domains, then you want to put more of your content in the MCB underneath the licensing, versus your own sites that you can do whatever you want with, because it doesn't matter. Then you can do more of it on page.
But for a little plugin, if you're like building, a site for someone else, and they're paying, let's say they're going to pay you $10K to build them a website, and you build them a website, that's their content then. So it comes down to what can you get monthly out of them. Well, often them blog posts each month, so many a week. You can soon have them all written. Hi, Paul. You can have those written very quickly, and then put them onto their site. You don't need the MCB in it, you see. So spinning content is a great idea. You can call spintax using short code spintax 1. Yeah. So there are loads of options out there at the end of the day, and this plugin that Andy and his team set up, it just means any WordPress site you can install it on. Something else you can allow to do, if you've got a client with their own site and you say to them, well, we can spin the content on your site for you, it costs this much a month. You put the plugin on their site. If they lock you out, they lock you out. So what? You've got those options there. The only rule is you can't put it up on the plugin on Warrior Plus as your own and sell it. So But if anybody wants to get the plugin that enables spintax site wide on your WordPress site, dfymagicthemes.com/US. And content's king. You know, I've always said this all along. Content is king. The more content you can create on a site and schedule out, the better.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And thanks to ChatGPT now, you can say, write me an article for my blog about how to change a light bulb, or how to dig a garden up, you know, how to fix a computer, whatever it may be. ChatGPT can write it for you. I still recommend reading through everything you create, because you'll know if it's true or not by reading through it. And ChatGPT occasionally does get it wrong, and it sometimes spews out stuff that isn't true. But if you're working with subjects that you are aware of and you read through it, you know, how easy is it to do an article for your blog now about how to replace a sink? And in that article, you then add a little bit extra going, but don't bother replacing the sink yourself. Hire us. Here's a link.
Yeah, and you know, it comes back around to not only the content for the articles and the pages, but for video content for your social media posts. All of that comes into play. It just makes it simple. That's all. And
I know Andy will, you know, from time to time do updates on it and improve it. And there's, if I come up with an idea to add to it, I'll mention it to Andy. And so if there is an update done, then that'll be uploaded to the members area that you go into. So Stuart said he's in, so brilliant. He's got some good ideas for the use of it. Brilliant. You know, and that the reason this came around was because of the support tickets that come in, and I went searching online, and I couldn't find a spintax plugin that was any good. There was one that you had to put stupid brackets either side of your content, right? And it didn't work very well. Yes, it is unlimited sites, Paul, and it's commercial as well. So what that means is, Paul, you can put it on client sites, you can put it on sites you flip and sell. It's totally unlimited, one-time price, and until I think it's Sunday night. / early hours of Monday morning, because of the time differences between the UK and the USA, you get $10 off, and then it goes back up to $47 after that. There's a timer on it, so you can work out how long you've got. It said like 2 days and 4 hours, I think, when I looked. And keep a note of in Gumroad where the product is, if you need to go back and re-download it. You know, bookmark the link. Does it work inside? Yes, it works inside element fields. It works inside Elementor. It works inside of Cadence. We've tested it on as much as possible. I haven't tested on Divi, but I would assume it'd work because it works with everything else. So we made sure. I don't know how you lose the VAT on that, unfortunately, Paul, because that's a Gumroad thing.
You have to walk more, Paul.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a pain. Try and unofficially get a VPN, but move to America. Kurt says, yeah,
that's cheaper.
But it's a good little plugin. It's what it is, and does what it says on the tin. And it just means that, you know, whether you use it with what we do or use it standalone, it's brilliant. I'll make it worth it, Kurt, says Paul. So you know, and the cool thing is now with ChatGPT as well, is you can say, write me a post that's SEO optimized, and it'll write it for you and SEO optimize it. Please give me the related keywords that I can use inside of tags. You know, and I mean, now with ChatGPT as well, the paid version has plugins inside of it. So what you can do with the plugins now is you can enable it to use Bing search engine as well. There's a good little thing that I liked. Let me get back onto ChatGPT a minute, and I'll do a new chat because this is quite cool. Let me just line everything up. Right. So just for fun, right? The people on the Zoom call, first person to do this, I would do it. Go to YouTube and pick a video for me. Put the URL inside of the Zoom chat. You're gonna like this. Very first person. We'll probably get a few come in, but whoever puts it first in the chat as a video link. All right. Doesn't matter what video it is, as long as it's clean, please keep it clean. Copy the main URL. Here we go. Don's got one. Here we go. Right. I'm going to copy link. I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. So inside of ChatGPT 4 now, you can put plugins on. And inside of the plugins system, let's have a look and see. We've got this one here, which is Video Insights. So now I can type in here. Now let's see if it's working. So occasionally the plugins system goes down and you have to run it again, or you have to wait 10 minutes for it to work. It's going to now watch the video and transcribe it. So straight away, if you've watched a video on a subject you liked, and you then want to convert it to a blog post, you let it do all this stuff first, which is what we're going to do. And then I'm going to ask it to convert it to a blog post. So obviously it'll take a few moments to run. I think what we'll do to save a bit of time tonight, I'll stop generating now, and I'll just say, blog post. Now I'm paying for ChatGPT, so I think it may only be in the paid version for $20 a month. The plugins, but someone may correct me on that. So it's now converting it into a blog post for me. And of course, I won't let this run forever. And then what I'm going to do is go. And boom, I've now got a spun article done, ready to go in. So
anybody from the video bootcamp see a usage for that?
So you can now see, right, if we let this run, that'll probably to run the whole article through, probably take a few minutes. So you can go off and make a coffee or go and do something else. When it come back when it's done, and then ask it to spin the article, and away we go. So it's very clever how quickly we can now put a spun article in based from a video that you watched on YouTube. In the same way that you want to transcribe your own videos, let's say like tonight's Live for You. If I want to transcribe this, I would then take the URL from the video, I'd upload the video to YouTube. If I didn't want people to see the video, I'd make it private, but I'd take the URL, put it into here, please transcribe it, bam, we're done. A 2 hour, so normally we run for 2 hours, Robert. So, a 2 hour video can be transcribed very quickly. And if it stops at any time, you just click continue at the bottom. That's what I love about this.
We never said we were going to run an hour.
We try to, don't we? But it never works out like that. So now this little article here that's been created, I come down and copy it all. Let me just switch to my other page. Just going to get it in the right place. Oh, come on. Go to my site. And resume share. Here we go. Right. So now we can come into my site. I can come down to posts, add new. Write the content in here. Publish it, view post. And now I've got a spun article with content in it instantly. And if I refresh, it will spin it. Done, job done. And that didn't take me very long. If I'd left it running that article longer, of course, we'd have a much longer article, but you get the idea behind what we're doing here. So, it's endless ideas what you can do with that, and it's a nice little plugin. So might be able to automate this with Pabbly Connect, so that anytime I publish a video, Pabbly runs this in ChatGPT and then publishes the article for me. Yeah, absolutely, Steve. You know, there's endless ideas what you'll be able to do if you can schedule out your post to come into WordPress that are already spun, and it puts them in for you. Bam, away you go. So
yeah, and at the same time, you're looking at always competition. So
yeah.
competition that has ranking videos, you're going to see what they're doing. Well, here you can copy what they're doing, change it just enough, recreate the video.
And that's the thing with it as well is that we've talked about 11th Lab before. So what you can do is take the video, create the article, read through it, and remove anything that is, you know, let's just say it mentions somebody in there to do with the video and you don't want them mentioned. Remove that part. Go through the script and read it. Say, ChatGPT, please rewrite this for me so it's different. Take it to 11th Lab, paste it in, create your audio file, go over to a video creation site, and get it to create the video for you, and boom, you're done. I mean, you know, I can create videos now in 5 minutes, maybe longer, depending on ChatGPT. It's endless ideas with this, and that's what I love about it. That you can very quickly build blogs up. Away you go. So, and coming on to other news, I'm gradually working my way through the training for the new version of the Magic Ranker. It's working really well. It's very exciting, much easier to set up. And me and Robert have talked a lot about this. The way it's going to build in the future, and yes, there's a $47 price involved to get the plugin that we're going to use to do the sharing, but we're going to pre-build a theme for you that you restore using WP Vivid, and it gives you the 10 sites already built, all under what's called WordPress multi-site. But it's all done, all ready to roll for you. And we're going to do the training on how you can change the URLs and the site titles on it. And then you start creating your blog posts and throwing them out. So that is partway through on the training.
I don't know that they heard what you said there. Most of the DFY Magic Ranker is almost going to become like a DFY site where it's an upload. However, there's still the social media account issue that has to be taken care of, which we're trying to reconnect with that to get that done as well. However, at the end of the day, the issues that the connections were being dropped, disconnected, it would be lost because you don't have that anymore. So I think that ease of build has become tenfold, and you still just have to connect your social media. But it makes it simpler to have a ranker system in place a lot faster, ease of use wise.
Yeah. And now, guess what we're going to do, Robert? We're going to go to the inner circle only.
Okay.
And talk to only the inner circle people. So there's some golden nuggets coming up.
For anybody watching, if you're not in the inner circle, why not?
Yeah.
What is holding you back? Why are you here watching this if you're not in the inner circle? Why are you not building your own rank and rent business?
And if you want to come over to that, it's dfymagicthemes.com/live number for you. And you can join up to the inner circle, come on the Zoom calls and find out on the inner circle what we're talking about. We even put the replays, including the inner circle bit, into your members area, and those are uploaded each week, which is super cool. If you want to get the spinner plugin, it's dfymagicthemes.com/US for universal spinner. Right, I'm going to press play. Say goodnight to the free groups, Robert.
Good night, everybody. Have a good weekend.